Alright, fellow hunters, it's time to look at the second episode of Supernatural Season 4. Are you there, God? It's me, Dean Winchester. A woman named Olivia Lowry is sleeping on her couch with the TV on, and when it suddenly starts to flicker and she wakes up, she realizes it is so cold she can see her breath, so she jumps and runs for her closet. Inside, she has a whole arsenal. She is obviously a hunter. As she does, her phone rings. Her answering machine picks up, "Hi, it's Olivia, leave a message." Bobby's voice says, "Olivia, can you call me back? I've got something big." She ignores it and picks up an EMF meter and immediately begins humming. She grabs a gun and unloads it, then heads back into the other room. A smiling man appears behind her. She rolls around and looks at him. "You," she says, shocked. She shoots him and he disappears, and she quickly puts a line of salt in the doorway. It appears right outside the salt, staring at her. "I'm sorry," she says desperately, standing up. "I'm so sorry." She turns around and sees another person, this time a woman. The woman thrusts her hands forward and Olivia screams. At Bobby's house, Dean and Sam are arguing over whether Castiel could really be an angel, and Bobby's research turns up the information that only an angel can rescue someone from hell. Dean's uncomfortable with the idea that God either exists and has a special interest in him. They agree to research angels, with Dean sending Sam out to get him some pie. While he is out, Ruby appears and tells Sam that she's nervous about angels being around, and that she's going to make herself scarce for a while. Besides, angels are ruthless warriors who kill demons no matter their allegiance. She tells him he should be afraid too. When Sam returns without pie, Bobby tells Sam that they're heading out to check out on a hunter friend of his, Olivia Lowry, who has been calling about angels, but that she isn't answering. Find Olivia dead, her depart, seemingly by a spirit. Bobby and the boys split up and go to check on other hunters in the area, only to find them all dead. On the way back to Bobby's, the boys stop at a gas station. Dean is asleep in the car while Sam goes to the bathroom. They are confronted by the ghost of Special Agent Victor Henriksen, who blames Sam and Dean for his death before attacking Sam. During the assault, Dean enters and saves Sam by blasting Henriksen with rock salt. At home, Bob is confronted by the spirits of two young girls, who accuse him of failing to save them from the monster that killed them. They capture him and hold him in a wrecked car in a salvage yard while they torment him. Sam and Dean return and split up to try to find Bobby. Dean is confronted by the spirit of Meg Masters. She tells him how she was a college student when she was possessed, that she was awake during her possession and witnessed much horror. As she kicks and beats Dean, Meg also tells him how her disappearance had a terrible effect on younger sister, who killed herself after Meg was found dead. Dean manages to use a chandelier made of iron which falls on the spirit, dispelling her. Meanwhile, Sam has found and rescued Bobby. Bobby leads Sam and Dean to a safe room in his house. It is a cylindrical room, completely lined in iron coated in salt to keep spirits from entering. In the roof is a large extraction fan, below which is a grill with metalwork in the shape of a devil's trap. The room has a bed and appears well stocked with supplies and equipment. Sam and Dean have seen a brand on the spirits, which, according to Bobby's research, identifies them as witnesses whose appearance heralds the coming of the apocalypse. Bobby finds a spell that will send the spirits to rest, but they need to open fire for it. They leave the picture of Bobby's panic room and return to the library, and only encounters the spirit of Ronald Resnick, who charges Sam and Dean with being responsible for his death before Bobby shoots him with salt. Once at the library, Bobby starts preparing for the spell, and sends Sam upstairs to get Hex Box, and Dean to the kitchen for ingredients for the spell. Sam is confronted by Meg, who is outraged that he is working with Ruby, knowing that she is possessing innocent girls as Meg herself was possessed. Sam dispels her with a salt blast. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Henriksen appears to Dean. He tells him how Lilith tortured everyone in the police station, including flaying Nancy alive. He attacks Dean, but Sam arrives in time to save him. Sam and Dean retreat to the library and protect Bobby as the witnesses reappear and attack. Just as Meg is about to rip Bobby's heart out, he completes the spell with Dean's help, and the spirits vanish. That night, Castiel appears to Dean in a dream. He complains to Dean on how he dealt with the witnesses, but Dean remains furious. He demands answers, and why Castiel and his angelic brethren did not help. Icy as ever, Castiel attempts to class the land about the Lord working in mysterious ways, but a ferocious Dean isn't the least bit interested. Castiel throws his hands up in defeat, but ultimately admits to Dean that Lilith cast a spell that released the witnesses. He explains that this is the first of the 66 seals that, if all broken, will release Lucifer, and this is why angels have returned to Earth. When Dean protests they didn't come to help them deal with the witnesses, Castiel says the armies of heaven have bigger concerns. He also says that some of the angels died in battle that week, and that Dean should show more respect if he doesn't want to be thrown back to hell. The next morning, Dean asks Sam if he believes in the devil. Okay then. So anyway, let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. The brothers and Bobby discuss Dean's visit with Castiel from the previous episode and whether or not he is an angel. The human McMasters was last seen in Devil's Trap. Victor Henriksen was last seen in Justin Bellow. Ronald Resnick was last seen in Night Shifter. In Houses of the Holy, Dean's disbelief in angels was first touched on and is explored here. Now let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. The German title of this episode translates to The Witnesses, which is a reference to the 2007 film of the same name. The title of this episode can also be a possible reference to the 2014 series Witnesses, if you believe in time travel, because this episode released in 2008, 2009 in Germany. This episode marks the first seal to be broken since Dean's revival. Just before being attacked by the first witnesses, Olivia is watching on TV an episode of the humorous series The Three Stooges. The photographic poster that hangs on the wall of Bobby's panic room is by actress and model Bo Derek, one of the most prominent personalities in the 1980s media, when she won the title of Woman Note 10. During the conversation, Castiel, in a dream, Dean mentions the actor Michael Landon, famous for the series Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, and Highway to Heaven. And this he starred as the character Jonathan Smith, who was an angel of God. Castiel told Dean that 6 of his brothers died in the past week, which was that Uriel was at work with this conversion even this early in the game. Castiel told Dean that 20 hunters died during this ordeal. Dean realized that Lilith purposely chose to raise the spirits of victims the hunters failed to save, so that they would barrel right after us. 4 of the hunters killed by the witnesses that Bobby knew previously were Olivia Lowry, Carl Bates, R.C. Adams, and a hunter named Jed. The book that Olivia is reading is holding the opening scene, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, by Manly P. Hall, is widely regarded as an essential encyclopedia of ancient occult and esoteric traditions such as alchemy, tarot, cryptology, mystery religions, and ceremonial magic, among many other subjects. References the book Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume. References the film The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, with Bobby's line being nearly identical to Tuco's. We have to shoot, don't talk. The ghost twins are likely reference to the twins from the 1980 film The Shining. May also be a reference to the urban legend of ghost twin girls that show up and ask people if they want to play with them. And now finally, let's take a look at a goof from the episode. The iron chandelier Dean shot from the ceiling was circular, since it came down directly on McMasters. She, as Ghost, should have remained trapped in its center until the spell was broken. Instead, she was able to move about freely and bedevil Bobby and the others. That's weird. So overall, I think this episode is pretty good, and yeah, with the whole seals being broken, that's not a good thing, so yeah. So overall, I give Are You There, God? It's Me, Dean Winchester, 4 Impalas out of 5. When I tuned in, we took the final episode of the day in the beginning. So until then, carry on, my wayward sons and daughters.